recent arrests of the radicals behind the assault of the Gene Therapy Center. Advent has assured all citizens that today's celebration will continue as planned.
I've heard enough. Signal gatecrasher. Take it down.
What's up guys, I'm Tamtu for Zoomin Games. I'm here with Garth, the lead producer for Xcom 2. I watched the presentation yesterday. It was looking so awesome. How has the reception been for Xcom 2 been here at Gamescom?
I now have like a small sample of some of that reception. I've talked to some really passionate fans, which is invigorating for us as a team as well. And seeing some of the feedback online with all the strategy stuff, it's been super humbling and awesome. We love seeing that stuff.
So what you showed off here at Gamescom was the strategic side of XCOM 2. Last time we played XCOM, we had a base where we had to dig our way in and build more rooms, and now we're at the Avenger. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah. So now, since XCOM 2 takes place a couple decades after the events of Enemy Unknown, and as I'm sure you heard, XCOM scattered. They lost. The aliens took over Earth. They had to find a new headquarters to be able to rebuild XCOM as an organization. And Dr. Shen from the first game, he found this old alien vessel that had been abandoned and was derelict, and he said, this is where we're going to restart our operations. So that's sort of the heart of where the XCOM operations start, where the strategy game cogs are built out of. It's really this wild, untamed alien vessel, and you need to pull the guts out of it, and that's where you can reshape it to be in XCOM's image. You can build the optional facilities. We showed off some of those in the strategy demo. And it's a mobile base now, and you need that so it can fly around the world, so you can begin a liberation and taking Earth back.
With Advent controlling most of the world, it's not just resources that are scarce, but manpower too. We're running a skeleton crew right now, Commander. It'll be up to you to decide how to assign the staff.
Right, so rather than digging your way deeper into the ground, you have to clean up the existing rooms to put in whatever you want this time, right?
That's right. You might have noticed some of those like green flickering lights and that alien fog. There's old, unused alien machinery there, and you can assign engineers through our new staffing system now to start pulling that stuff out so you can put in some of the cool new facilities.
Right. So part of the strategy in XCOM Enemy Within was like during the scanning, you would be you would be scanning enemy vessels that you had to shoot down. Now that we're mobile, how does that work? Are we still having to shoot things down or work on your defenses?
So it's interesting. One of the themes of XCOM 2 overall is that the stage that's been set, it allows for the switch to be flipped. Right, you're no longer being invaded. Earth is now occupied, and you have to take it back. In some ways, you're now the invader. So there's not a reason for aliens to have a crazy amount of fleets patrolling the skies, because they don't have a threat of anything right now. They don't know XCOM exists. Eventually, though, you might get shot down, and we sort of hinted at that at the demo. I believe you would have seen that. The aliens, yeah. If you get a little too bold with your choices, the aliens may or may not, which is part of the cool new unpredictable strategy system, they may deploy a UFO that will track and hunt you down. And the Avenger can be shot down, it can be taken out of the sky, and then you have to go on an Avenger defense mission to make sure that they don't board and take over the ship.
Right. So when you started on XCOM 2, how much were you able to expand on what you learned in the previous games? How much have things changed for us?
I'm very excited about this project because the team took a lot of bold risks design-wise that are really paying off. We're not just making an iteration of Enemy Within and Enemy Unknown. We have a completely new level system, so it allows for procedural maps, which leads to almost endless tactical play where you can't predict layout. And then on the strategy side, as you can see, we still have those anchors there in place that are familiar to people that liked XCOM. You still have your base, you still have expansion, you still have research and engineering, but we're really pulling back on the reins a little bit so you can do more on the geoscape. You can do more with staffing in the Avenger. You're not just hitting that scan button and waiting to be attacked. You're now choosing how you want to expand the resistance. You're choosing where you want to go. Do you want to liberate a region, or do you want to examine this rumor site to get this specific resource that could be used to attack back at base? Do you want to search for the black market, which is an entirely new subsystem which will allow you to rush research or trade? So there's so many different things you can now do on the geoscape that just didn't exist before. It's far more dynamic and living.
So one thing about XCOM 2 are the mods that will be that players can make for the game. Will the strategic side be affected by it as well as much as the tactical side will be?
Yeah, if the modders have the skill set to do it and the ambition to do it, they can change the strategy layer. We're going to be releasing an SDK. We're going to be releasing the gameplay source. So people can just tweak and mess with numbers, or they can try to create a whole new world if they have the skill set to do so. So we're really excited to see what the modding community comes up with.
It's an exciting time to be an XCOM fan. Thank you so much. Looking forward to the game's release, which is around when?
November of this year for PC. And thank you so much for coming by and playing it.
Of course. Thank you.
Let's move!